Hi everyone, Jeff Hope here with you. Now what's in this file that you've just downloaded and unzipped are some demonstration files for the flowplayer video player. Flowplayer is an open source free video player. It's excellent, it looks good, works great. The only problem is it can be a little bit difficult to understand how to use it. So what is in this file that you've downloaded are some files that you upload to Amazon. That would be flowplayer, and that would also be a demo video I made, just a very short 10-second video. There's also then an HTML file that you would upload to your website, and that has some sample code in it that you can change as needed, but it just gives you a good way to start using Amazon S3 and flowplayer along with your videos. Now if we look inside, if we've already unzipped the file and we look inside what's in it, you'll see there's three folders. There's the flowplayer README. We're not going to pay attention to that. I'm including it because I am distributing flowplayer to you and believe that their license requires me to also include that information. So it's there if you want to read it. I'm not going to cover it in this video. The important things that I'm going to cover are the load to Amazon folder and the load to your hosting folder. And just as those imply, there are a couple of files that need to be loaded to Amazon, and there's one file that needs to be loaded to your hosting. And I'm going to show you just exactly how to do that. First, let's take a look at the files involved. In this load to Amazon folder, if we double click it, you'll see that there's a MP4. This is a video file, and you will also see that there's a flowplayer folder, and inside that, of course, are three different flowplayer files. We don't really need to worry about these other than we're going to have to link to them in a minute, and I will show you how to do that. But for now, just know that this complete bit of information, a flowplayer folder and an MP4 video demo file, is what we're going to upload to Amazon. We are also going to upload one HTML file to our hosting account. And I'm going to come back to this in a minute. We actually have to load files to Amazon first, because some information that we need to get from Amazon will go into this file, the HTML file. But there's some information that we need to get first. So I'm going to switch on over to my browser. I'm going to assume that you already have the S3 Fox organizer installed and know something about how to start it. And you can see here I'm already connected to my Amazon account, and on my PC this is much like an FTP program. It's not FTP, but it's very much like it. On the left I have navigated to the folder that I just downloaded. I'm going to double click, and those three folder names should look familiar to you. Over here on the right are some buckets that I have set up in Amazon. And the first thing I'm going to do is create a new bucket. Now, you may not have to do this. You may already have a bucket set up, and a bucket is just a folder. Just think of it as a folder on your PC or on your hosting server, because that's all it really is. Bucket must have a unique name, but that's usually not a problem either. I usually just start mine with my name, but you can do it however you want. There's no restriction. But I'm going to click on this icon, which is create a new bucket, and I will just call it jeffhope.flowplayer.demo. And you see that it's now been created on my Amazon account. I'm going to double click into that. So I've gone down one level from my top level Amazon account. I double clicked and I'm now in the bucket I created, jeffhope.flowplayer.demo. I'm also going to double click on load to Amazon, and what I want to do is upload this complete folder for starters So I've highlighted the folder. I'm going to click on the left to right arrow and then click on upload. And you can see down here that Amazon is, or that S3 Fox is uploading that to Amazon for me. I also want to click on the MP4 file, which is the demo video file, and I want to also click on left to right arrow and click on upload. And again, you can see that the video is being uploaded. Now, when that's done, I'm just going to click clear completed to get those out of our way. When that's done, your S3 account should look exactly like this. Inside of your bucket that you created, you should have flowplayer folder, and you should have a demo.mp4 video file. If we double click on flowplayer, you can see that there are 3 files inside, and we're going to have to come back to these in just a second, and I will show you what we're going to do. What we're going to have to do is edit that HTML file. You remember that we had one HTML file that we're going to put on our website. We're going to need to edit that and put some of this information inside. But before we forget, really the very first thing we need to do is to set our permissions. You've heard of Edit ACL, the access control list. Well, that tells Amazon who can see this file or folder, as the case may be. So I've clicked to go up one level, and actually I need to go up to my bucket level again because I never did set permissions for that bucket. So what I'm going to do is highlight the bucket in question. I'm going to click on the ACL icon, which is this middle one, looks like a pencil. I'm going to say everyone can read that particular bucket. So for everyone, we want to click read. And if it's not checked, we want to go ahead and say apply to subfolders. And what that will do is it will tell Amazon to make everything underneath this bucket readable as well. So I've done that, I've said OK, and Amazon's already gone through the settings. Now if I want to verify it, I can highlight it, click on the Edit ACL, and you'll see that it says read here. If I double click into the folder, and again if I click, you can also right click on these, demo.mp4, and if I say Edit ACL, you'll see that it's checked for everyone to read it already. Same here with this folder. So just remember to check on that subfolders and on that subfolder option, and you'll save yourself a bit of time. Okay, here's where it gets a little bit tricky, and I'm going to go to the next video for that.